Hello, and welcome back to Crazy Dave's Kitchen, where we're celebrating fall. Today's recipe is going to be pumpkin bread, and here we have our fantastic ingredients. So we're going to be starting off with 6½ cups of unbleached all-purpose flour. We are going to have I've got some lukewarm milk on the stove that we're going to add. I've got 2 large eggs, 1½ cups of pumpkin puree. Can't have pumpkin bread without pumpkin puree, which is available year-round in the can, but we're going to just do this because it's fall. But you can really make this bread at any time. We also have 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, a ½ cup of light brown or dark brown sugar, packed, 2½ teaspoons of salt, and then we're going to use 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And then of course also the yeast. I've got instant yeast this time instead of dry active yeast. You can just buy a little container here of instant yeast. It'll last a few years. This actually expires in 2024. So a few years in the fridge, it won't go to waste. Again, 2 tablespoons instant yeast. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put all of our ingredients into the mixer bowl. Starting with the flour, of course. And really just everything all in. Pretty easy. And we're just going to mix this in a little bit. Add our spice, our oil, and our pumpkin puree. And then of course I'll get my milk off of the stove. Actually, should be an easier way to do this, but there's not. So this is the way. I bought a bowl scraper the other day, which also helps with making the focaccia to get it out of the bowl. So you can see I seem to be leaving a lot of this behind, and that's not good. There we go. One of these might do the trick. Don't want to leave anything behind, right? And then I'll just add the milk. Again, just warm, not hot. Just heat up a little bit of regular 2% milk. And we're just going to mix this all together until it forms a nice soft dough and pulls away from the bowl. We've all done this before. Okay, so as you can see, all the dough is pulled away from the sides of the bowl. It's now formed a nice soft dough. And I have a lightly greased bowl with a little bit of corn oil, just a dab of corn oil in there. We're just going to take this dough out of the bowl, hopefully, like so. There we go. And we've got a nice soft dough. So I'm just going to take this and form it into a rough ball. It's a little bit sticky, but it's all right. And again, we're going to coat the top of it with the oil. We're going to flip it around. It is very sticky, but it should work. And so we're going to let this sit for an hour, covered with a towel, and then we'll be back to form it into some loaves. So I'll see you in a few. Okay, so it's been about an hour. Here's our risen dough. We are just going to cut this in half. Take it out, flatten it down. There you go. Take a little bit of the air out of there. and roughly in half. So just like so. And then we're going to form each one into a loaf and put it into, I have pre-greased loaf pans, 2 of them. And we're just going to kind of roll this out. Just like so. And right into a loaf pan. And that's going to also rise for an hour. And after it rises for the second hour, then we'll pop it in the oven. So just before this, these are done rising for the hour, we're going to preheat the oven at 350 degrees. And that'll be all set. Here's the other loaf pan, boom. And it smells nice and pumpkin-y, the way it should be. So here we go. There's our 2 loaves. We get a little fat in the middle there, but it'll work out. It'll all work out in the end. Here we go. We're going to cover it up, let it rise for an hour, and we'll be back. I'll see you then. Okay, so we're out of the oven. You can see that the bread came out very nice, brown, nice brown loaves, very pumpkin-y inside. If you can take a look at that nice sponge, nice and soft, and very delicious with some butter. I have a little butter on this piece here. It's really tasty. The pumpkin flavor comes out. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit pumpkin-y. It would be very good with like a turkey sandwich even. Turkey sandwich with a little bit of cranberry, either cranberry jelly or maybe even cranberry sauce. I think you'd really like this fall bread. Again, pumpkin bread. Very perfect for the fall. Get out there, try this recipe. I think you're really going to enjoy it. See you next time from Crazy Dave's Kitchen.